we looking at?
Ah, stupid battle droids, get out of the way! Hello there. This is General Grievous, and you are watching Southern Comic Geek.
Roger, roger.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, YouTube and Twitch for that matter out there. For another unboxing. This time I also have a book fresh back. It's so fresh, it's still warm inside. Back from CBCS. Finally, there's another story associated with that, but I also have some other good. And if you are watching, that is important. We appreciate you. And of course, whether you're watching this live or the rewind, it doesn't matter. You made the conscious decision as to watch it, and that's important. We also appreciate each and every one of the supporters of the channel through their monthly membership, whether through YouTube and or Patreon. If you're interested in the benefits associated with either or both of those reward programs, then the Linktree link is in the description below. Now, not the least of which are the monthly benefits of a giveaway. For every membership, you get 10 entries to win. This month, it is a 9/4 CGC slab of Uncanny X-Men 266, first cover appearance of Gambit, and that's how you can get in to win. You could be a member, or you can do a super chat in live videos like this. Every dollar super chat will get you one entry on the wheel. We got Papa Willie, one of the channel supporters. Appreciate you, good sir. We got Chip 3 Pops. Hello, hello. Got Callie. I'm appreciated. They like me. They really like me. That's right, Callie Comics. We appreciate you for showing up today also. So, yeah, it is a fantastic prize, and it is not the first time I've given away an Uncanny X-Men 266. Give away an Ultimate Fallout number 4, actually 2 copies in 1 month, and Mr. Papa Willie was one of the recipients of one of those. So, let's show the other books before we get into the CBCS unboxing. Now, as y'all know, I am a Valiant guy. Spoiler alert, so some people don't skip through and not watch this video. The CBCS book is a huge book. It is not a Valiant book, so just spoiler alert. But there are a lot of Valiant books you might see prior to that. So as y'all know, there's certain books, in particular with Valiant, that I call guilty pleasure books. We got Remy Q Studios. What is going on, good sir? Dropping the $4 super chat. Man, this guy and the crew were having a blast at C2E2 just last week before last. I think it was last week. Seems like forever now. But, man, I look like y'all had a fantastic time. Thank you, good sir, for dropping the $4 super chat. Come here. Appreciate it. But no, we appreciate you making it rain in the right direction. Thank you. Thank you. So, there are some books I call the guilty pleasure books, that meaning that I should feel guilty for buying as many as I do, but I actually feel pleasure in buying them, so I am buying them more. And more oftentimes than not, I buy them out of dollar bins or $2-3. Buy them out in the wild. I was hunting on eBay for several various items and come across this, and this is what I was saying yesterday on my show, that I hate when I go on these eBay binges, because it's just so easy to go click, 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 and be done with it. So as is the case with this. So I paid less than $2 with shipping for each of these. And just like I needed more of them. Yes, that's right. 10 copies of Bloodshot #1, some Barry Windsor Smith goodness, some Chromium goodness, the first ever Chromium cover. And now I have 10 more extra copies. I think that puts me up somewhere around 40 something. I've got 51, I think now, Turok ones, Shadow Man Zeros, the Exo Zeros, Ninjak ones of the world. Yeah, got a little too many of them. But nevertheless, this is confession. This is cathartic for me as well. All right. Talking about that, I also ran across some newsstand copies. Now, In more recent time, newsstand copies have become more of a collector's niche than what they were in the past. If you're my age or older and you remember the days of the newsstands and picking them up in the newsstands, I never thought once or twice about whether or not something was bought at my LCS as opposed to the newsstand. I just wanted to get the one that was in the best shape. Sometimes that meant the newsstand if I got there early enough. Sometimes it meant the LCS. And so it really didn't matter to me. However, as people are going back and looking at that, especially for after, was it 85, 87, when they kind of were 50-50, and the latter newsstands become more of a collector's niche, that people like to collect them as opposed or in addition to the direct copies of various books. And it is true that they are rarer, and it is even rarer on top of the rare, if that makes any sense, that they're in good shape. So when it comes to some of the indie books that came out, or the indie publishers such as Valiant or Image that came out in the early 90s, the newsstands were already going the way of the dodo at that point. So a lot of push was not invested into the newsstand for understandable reasons. They were pushing the direct market. So to find those newsstand copies of them are certainly few and far between. Certainly not as common as with the direct copies, because if you think about the Wildcat ones and books like that, they printed a bajillion copies of. Very few of those were actually newsstands, and to find one again in good shape is another chore all of itself. So they're like little gems that you can kind of find out there in the wild on occasion. And so Valiant is no different than Image, in that a lot of their issues never even were released to newsstand. So when it got bought by Acclaim and they changed the titling to Acclaim Comics, they didn't do any newsstands at that point. But towards the end of the Valiant runs, the VH1 runs, to find a newsstand is certainly rare. So I found some on eBay. And this guy sent me the books. I went ahead and bought all 7 that he had listed. They were all relatively decently priced, and just went ahead and bought all of them. And he combined the shipping for me. And he actually had a whole list of ones that he has available in newsstands. So he sent me that because I had exchanged some messages back and forth with him that I find them when I can get them on the cheap. I mean, I'm not a big newsstand collector because I just don't need one extra thing to get into. But if I had a choice of one versus another, I know that this one would be certainly rarer than its direct counterpart. So this is Exo Manowar number 48. This is a Bart Sears cover. And it is a Ron Mars writing. I have gotten what's going on, Legal Burning. How are you? Putting up some fire books, pun intended, fire books lately with those Hulk books. But yeah, so Ron Mars is pretty gets around pretty good bit at conventions. I've bought some art. I got him to do a sketch cover of Exo last year, Bart Sears, that is. I think he's in Texas. So I'm hoping if I was going to get one get signed, this would be a cool one in the flames and such like that. So there's that one. We got The Visitor number 8. This was a limited series. I think they went to 12. CFAB number 1. Hello, hello. Again, a newsstand. Turok number 29. This is Mike Deodato, which has done some killer work in New Avengers and Hulk, to name 2. But yeah, he didn't do this cover. He didn't do this cover, but he did the interiors there for this particular issue. And then we got Turok number 27. Turok 27. Solar Man of the Atom number 48. And check out those names. And Solar went for like 50-something issues, so this is towards the end of the run. They went a totally different directions Dan Jurgens did with Solar. I didn't like it personally, but whatever. But notice who's on there. Dan Jurgens of Superman, fame for certainly, and Dick Giordano, Batman fame. Wow. Wow. Then we've got Ninjak number 15, another newsstand. These are all newsstands if you're late coming into here. And then Bloodshot number 34. So there is that. Appreciate the 5 of you that are watching live or through YouTube and or Twitch. Happy holidays to you as well, my friend. Lingo Burning dropping the $5 super chat. Thank you, good sir, for making it rain in the right direction. That's right. So there is that. And let's get into this unboxing, CBCS unboxing. So I bought a huge book a while back that was 4 times signed. I do like to get my books signed by the respective artists, especially if it's a cover that means a lot, or I mean, it looks really good and has a lot of good placement for signatures. Some covers do not. It actually subtracts from what's trying to go on there. Nevertheless, this one and the 4 people that had signed, it was the first, all but one of those. This is the only signature I have of these particular creators. And but it was in one of those ugly CBCS cases that they originally did. And I don't care who says what, those labels were pink. They called them red, but they were pink. In the cases, you could kind of do this and go, you know, with the case. And yeah, man, appreciate you for. I was thinking about you the other day because I got that turtle book from you, didn't I? Because you changed your name and avatar. But appreciate you for swinging by. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to get this one reholdered, and I had thought about getting it pressed because there were a couple of little items that I thought were pressable defects that I might could get a grade bump. But I was I didn't want to wait because when I took it to Dallas Fan Expo in September of this year, I had not gotten it far enough in advance to get it to the presser to get it back to me to do what I was planning on doing. So the only option would have been to get it done by CBCS, and they're taking long enough with everything else, let alone with pressing or cleaning. So I just elected to say, hey, I'm just going to leave it well enough alone. We know it's a grade that it is, and I'm not going to take a chance that it's going to come back a lesser grade. So I just got it reholdered. I told the people at that time that I already have an order that is sitting in your warehouse according to the tracking number as provided by USPS, and still have not checked it in. Yeah, we're behind on that, but we're going to get to it, yada, 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 yada. Well, how long is it going to take for you to simply reholder this? You're not verifying the signatures, which I understand takes a little bit more time, especially if you're busy, and you are not pressing it. You're not doing anything like that. Tony Fett showing up. I said something about signature books, and the signature man shows up. What's going on, Chip? The White Shadow. Chip, go check out Chip. He's going to be over there doing the banter tomorrow night on his channel till Lord knows only when it's going to end. But go check out him. Certainly one of the channel supporters there. And so I told him, asked him, get it out in a minute, how long would it take? Because you're not doing all this new stuff like you would do with a book I'm just handing you that you never touched before. Oh, no, we'll check this straight in. It was not a CBCS facilitator. This was CBCS. They were leaving Dallas and driving, which the Fan Expo is not that far from their home office. And you're going to drive it straight over there. And there you go. CGC just announced Terry Austin signing. Should I send? That is a very good question, chat. Feel free to opine, but that would be a good one. Awkward sip of coffee, Pocan Joe. But yeah, so that would be definitely a cool one to do. My books for the George Perez signing, which theoretically could be the last signing he does, went out a couple of days ago. So it went out a couple of days ago. As always with this, but especially that you're not going to get another chance really for him in particular to get him to sign your book. I could buy one probably already signed. They're probably out there on eBay. So one of my birthday books is Uncanny X-Men 100 something. But anyway, he done the cover of it, and I got Jim Shooter to sign it. I'm going to get Chris Claremont. He's pretty prolific around the con scene. Get him to sign it. That George Perez did the cover. So I was like, oh, that would have been a great one to get him to sign. So the three that I elected was the Infinity Gauntlet #1, which I had already gotten signed by Joe Rubenstein and by Jim Starlin. And then my first appearance of Deathstroke and first appearance of Nightwing. So that's the ones that I settled on there. Oh, J1 Abop. A lot of folks are starting to do the pressing and cleaning. Yeah, this time I used Justin Comics, which comes recommended via, I think Panda does too, but I know that Mark over at Legion of Comics does. So I had those are off to the George Perez signing. That's supposed to happen in a month from 2 days ago. So there is that. But with this book, so I handed it to him in September. Not going to take very long at all. Until last week, it wasn't even showing as in my account. And looking back at the order form that they gave me, there's nothing with my account number on there. There's no reference number. Typically, you have those carbon copy stuff that there's a number that you can reference. There's nothing. I just say, they give me a pink one. And this one's the yellow one. So you can see it a little bit better. But there's nothing to reference, nothing that sets it apart from that. So I just like, y'all got my book, and I don't know, I've got proof. I mean, you got it, but I don't know what else to say. So they did attach it to my account last week, and then they sent it out, and I got it today. Supposed to have got it yesterday. It came, and somebody who's 18 years older had to sign. My son is only 15. Number 4 is only 15. It was here. So I got it today. And I enjoy the new case. It does make a big difference, at least to me, and it's my book, so that's where it matters, right? In really reholdering, I mean, it's really up to everybody, but a lot of the sellability as well as the displaying ability or displayability is in the, that's some of the benefit of being slabbed, right? And if it has an old musty looking case, old clouded looking case, then it does take away from what's supposed to be a benefit of slabbing. So I really do like the new CBCS holders. And here's this beauty right here. NYX #3, first appearance in comics. We know the Wolverine issue from the 90s where she was in a test tube is said to be her. Who knows? And also with Laura Kinney, she actually made her first appearance in X-Men. Was it Evolutions? So she did not make her first appearance in comics. This is first appearance in comics here, NYX #3. And it's signed by 4 different people. Look at that. Okay, Craig Kyle. So Craig Kyle is one of the creators of Laura Kinney from the cartoon. Joe Quesada, who did the art for this particular book, the interiors. Josh Middleton, which did the covers. And Stan the Man Lee. Now, I'm kind of a purist when it comes to that. I would not have gotten Stan Lee to sign my NYX #3. However, to each their own. He did sign it, and it is a verified signature. So somebody probably took it to a bigger con where all 4 of these people were available, and they went in there and got it signed. The person that I got it from bought it. It was already slabbed, if my memory serves me correctly. So that it wasn't even an option for them it wasn't them that done it. So there's Quesada's. Of course, there's Stan Lee's. And I'm assuming that that's Middleton's here. And then Chris Kyle's there. But so there's that. It is a 9.0 white pager. So, and when I was talking about signature placement, there's a lot of blank area, like right here and over here, versus having to sign it across the face. Even sometimes, if you sign it on the logo, to me, kind of takes away from it. And then black kind of makes sense, and the colors kind of lend where this looks at. But it's just like when somebody signs in black on a black cover, you go, really? I can't even see it. And some of the benefit of the signature is kind of lost with that. So with the George Perez signings, particular because I know that his hand is not as steady or his eyesight's not as good as it used to be, I did window bags for them. So with the new CBCS case, there's the back of it. And I doubt that you could pick it up. There's a couple of dimples on the front that I think were pressable, as well as the back. I don't think it would have been a 9.8, but certainly could have been maybe a 9.2, 9.4, which would have been great. However, I didn't want to take the risk of it coming back an 8.5 because pressing or not, if I said, hey, I want it regraded, then I have to pay for it. And as it was explained to me, the other thing that I have to do is I'm going to end up having to, well, no, because it was still in the holder. So it was in the holder because that was one of the questions I asked about the re-verifying the signatures. You already verified them once. Do they need to be re-verified? Because if I took it out of the holder prior to them getting it, in theory, what could happen is they come back and they say, oh, well, we didn't verify it this time. Because there is a YouTuber, a couple of comics, I believe, that had a Stan Lee signature that he personally got signed, and it came back unverified from Stan Lee. And then he sent it back in, and it got verified the second time, if my memory serves me correctly. And that's kind of the risk you take. Now, with Stan Lee's, it's kind of understandable because, especially towards the end of life, he started signing his stuff because his hand was so jittery or whatever that he was not signing at the same level as what he previously had signed at. But awkward sip of coffee. But that is it right there. NYX number 3. Not my favorite cover, but definitely a good key to get if you are an X23/Wolverine fan. And definitely some cool signatures to have. Josh Middleton's did some great covers. I have a Quesada signature on an Exo Manowar 0, I think. This Kyle guy, I don't know if he is going to be an easy signature to have gotten. And then, of course, Stan Lee's, you're not going to get any more. And that's these 3 down here I don't have on any other book. So this is the only one. So there you have it, folks. What do you think? What do you think about CBCS's new cases? I mean, they're, I guess, not new technically at this point, but just the labels to me. I know some people like the white label sticking out, the grade sticking out more. And I was that way too, but this has kind of grown on me a little bit. Feel like you don't never get the rainbow effect like you will with CGC cases. So there is that benefit. But let me know what you think in the comments or in the chat live or in the comments down below, because I haven't seen any new comments come through in just a little bit. Now, tomorrow, that is if you're watching this live. If not, let me give you the date. This December the 18th, I will be joining Rob's Fat Stack of Comics for Slab Hub, and we're going to be showing off some slabs. I am sure that this particular slab is going to come up. I've got to put a little thought to it because I have panel behind the number. Oh, okay. So yeah, you're like you like the white panel. I still have been on the Monopoly case. So yeah, well, Papa Willie, I put another pop up there. My Mr. Monopoly that I got from when I was in Maui. I got him, and then I got the jailbird. I've had the jailbird guy for a little while, but so yeah, the new cases are great, I think, and most people say that they're a lot stricter than CGC, which when it hurts, but if you're buying the book, you can feel a little more comfortable in the validity of its grade, I think. So I've got about 100 books out of the 10,300 plus books that I have. I've got about a little over 100 books from CGC, CBCS, and PGX, and most of those being, I don't know if this last order of CBCS will finally go through that they've had since July. If that one would go through, I might have more CBCS than CGC cases, but as of now, more CGC. I probably will. So I got to narrow it down because I think he said we'll have time to show off maybe 30 books. Some of them will be behind me because I will be in my comic corner over there with all the Hulk 181s and at this time Batman behind me. So I have to get some of those because like the Batman 5 would definitely be a good get to show off for people that maybe have never seen that before. But if you are not familiar with Rob's Fat Stack of Comics, that's right here, Rob's Fat Stack. And there you go. And I am going to drop. I do. And I bid on one on Whatnot, and it didn't. I bid on one on Whatnot, and the guy didn't accept my offer. So yeah, I was hoping to get that. A big fan of the case. It's much stronger. Got to go. How do I take my coffee? I'm not a coffee connoisseur like Chip. This is some. It's got a taste of blueberry, and with the vanilla, and then I put vanilla creamer in there. It's a more local type comics coffee shop that I get the beans, whole beans, and I grind them here at the house, and my wife makes the coffee. So that is the link to the show tomorrow with me on Rob's Fat Stack of Comics on Slab Hub, and we will be talking it up. So go feel free to check that out. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of that. There will not be any Saturday cartoon crew this week for that reason. I'll be about the same time I'm on Rob's Fat Stacks. I would be normally slinging some books. Although normally I would I definitely need to be selling some books. I got some books the other day, and I'm like, oh man, I could sell these, and lo and behold, it'll be the first after the first of the year, just with scheduling and everything like that before I'm really hitting it. Well, see, the thing with the Slab Hub, because of the logo, Chip, I always have to stop and pause before I say Slab Hub because I see the name and you know where he's swiped that logo from. So, I certainly don't want in front of YouTube and everybody else to say that, yeah, I'm going to be on Hub tomorrow because obviously that's a little different conversation you would have than what you would on Slab Hub. But it definitely does what I'm sure it was intended to do, which to get people to stop and take a look. Maybe clickbaitish? I don't know. Now, do have some and Chip, look at Chip. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. Right. Wink, wink. I got you. Okay. So talking about cons, and I'm going to be doing a show pretty soon, end of January, talking about cons, because I like to kind of lay out my con schedule, look at see what my life schedule is during this coming year, and kind of knowing where the big spots are at can't ever plan for everything, but me personally, I know when certain things happen, okay, there's no taking off. Like last week for me in C2E2, there's just like, there's no, absolutely no way. But this, having said that, C2E2, my understanding this coming year is going to be on a different day. So that could be a possibility. So the first con that I'm going to be going to in the new year is Fan Expo. So Fan Expo, let me share my screen here. And the Fan Expo. So if you are familiar with Wizard World was purchased by Fan Expo, which owns MegaCon and a lot of these other ones. They've really consolidated. So it's going to be January the 7th through the 9th. They're in New Orleans, so only 2 hours away from me. And the only complaint that I have about Fan Expo is it's a lot of cosplaying and it is a lot of celebrity stuff, which is fine. I mean, they do it to gather the crowd, and if it gathers a crowd for them and they make money, that's fine. But it doesn't have a lot of comic creators typically. Or I say typically, it was not the case with Dallas Fan Expo and some of the other ones that I looked at. MegaCon's still a pretty big con. So they have a lot of celebrities this time, some that I wouldn't mind probably. So you got Anthony Mackie, William Shatner was a big thing in Dallas Fan Expo. Ming-Na Wen, who plays the Mandalorian, Kevin Smith and the Clerks. I don't really care about that. Michael Rooker. So Ron Perlman, some Sons of Anarchy. I don't know who these people are. Christina Ricci, remember her back in the day. So not a really big cast of characters there. Now there's some voice actors. Interesting. You always have these Hero Academia folks that I couldn't care less about. And Kevin Conroy. Now I got Kevin Conroy to sign my Batman pop in Dallas, so I don't need his signature. But this guy right here, Rob Paulson, gee, Brian, what we gonna do tonight? So he's going to be there. So I've got a Pinky pop that I'm going to get him to sign. He was also the voice of Raphael, I believe, in the OG Turtle series. So I'm going to get a Raphael OG Turtle pop and get it signed. He was Donatello in one of the later series, but he's done a lot of voice work over the years. Now, here's the even more cool thing. Check this out. Art Adams, Alan Davis, definitely two guys. And as you can see, they're listed as legendary creators. They have been in and around Warlord. What is going on? They have been in and around the comic scene for quite some time. Jerry Duggan, he's hit or miss for me. He's got a couple of things that are interesting. And Peter Comics. Oh, I know what this is. Hey, just in time, folks. Let me finish what I'm going to say, and then I'll show you off this. It's some original art, by the way. So it's some original art. And I was just asking the other day because I hadn't seen anything on it. And this looks like an eBay buy. So I got some more stuff to show off. So he's hit or miss for me. I don't know this person, Michael Golden. He's one of the co-creators of Rogue. I got him to do a sketch cover for me, so don't really need anything from him. I've got some stuff I might get Yannick to do. Ben Tipplesmith's done some cool stuff. I don't have any. Some of these names, Terry Kavanaugh. I gotta look some more. I've got some stuff by Howard Mackey. I'm gonna get signed. Oh, look at that. Tony, if you're still watching, that might be something that's up your alley. Larry Stroman, I've got some other stuff. I've got an X Factor 71, whatever first appearance of the new X Factor was, or 72, that I've got signed by him already. It might be some other stuff. Arthur Sudiam, same way. Ron Wilson had some stuff that I've got that'd be interesting to get. This Preston Asvedo says Punk Mambo, which is a Valiant title, so I might have some stuff by him. Jeremy Clark, he's pretty much at all of them. Ariel Diaz, Divine Immortality art. I bought a sketch cover from her. She's from Texas, and she was at C2E2. So some of you all might have seen her up there. But really cool artist. Guy Gilchrist, I've gotten some stuff from him before. Cool guy, pun intended. Gavin Guidry, he is from the New Orleans area. He's done some various indie stuff, and I've gotten this cover right here that it's showing. I've gotten him. That's a cool cover there, but I'm not familiar with Daniel Govar. I've gotten some sketch cover inked by Steve Leidick here. Ryan Kincaid, he's a cool artist. Tone Rodriguez, of course, part of Stray Dogs. Fabrice Sapolsky, co-creator of Spider-Man Noir, so that's kind of cool. I've got Spider-Man Noir. I like to get him signed. Renee's Witherstater, I've got her to do some stuff. But yeah, so there's several different people that I'm going to get some stuff signed. Hopefully there will be some booths that I can hit up some comic shops, because again, what's going on, Warlock, one of the channel members, appreciate you for stopping by, good sir. You know, one of the complaints I had for Dallas Fan Expo, just wasn't a lot of comics, maybe 5-6 booths. It wasn't an awful lot. So there was that. Now, let me open this up, and then I'll open up the OG art. I appreciate everybody for hanging around. No, I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy. So, I mean, I know what it is. I mean, but I didn't watch it. So, I'm going to open up this eBay purchase. The reason why I know it's an eBay purchase is because it's got my wife's name on it. Long story short, eBay suspended my selling privilege years ago because I didn't have a receipt for something I sold. Here we go. It's me, Mario. So this is Super Mario Brothers from Nintendo Comic Systems, Valiant Goodness, number 9. And that's Dr. Mario. So I mentioned this. Yes. Perry says he hasn't seen it either. Hey, Papa Wheelie, there's something for Perry to do the next reaction video to. But this is one of the newsstand copies. And all of them, these Nintendo books from Valiant, have the newsstand. So don't let that fool you. If it is a $1.95 cover price, that means it was a direct $1.50 is a newsstand. So I knew I was on this binge on eBay, and that's when I bought that. So this right here, one, I was trying to figure out, it's like, what did I get from Torpedo Comics? I'm not a big Torpedo Comics fan because they are so expensive. And of course, they have the option to be. It's their stuff. Just like with my stuff, I can price it for whatever I want to price it for, whatever I think somebody's willing to part money with for. So, you know, if somebody says it's too overpriced, well, yeah, that's my prerogative. I'll price it what I want to. I'll do what I want to do. It's my prerogative, like Bobby Brown. So this right here, though, is Tyler Kirkham. So I was on my way back from vacation, Thanksgiving, and I noticed that Tyler Kirkham had posted that he was working with Torpedo. On doing away mystery original art. So the boxes were $150 for original published art. So it wasn't art that he just done and just did on the side. And this is published pages here. And Torpedo was facilitating the artwork. Presumably they got some kind of little kickback for making that a reality. But I was thinking it came with something else besides just the original art. So let's check this out. Maybe you'll get something I really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay. All right, let's see. Well, that's kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of the character, but it's kind of timely. Where is Mark from Legion of Comics when you need him? Mark, Bueller. Okay, there's more than one in here. Yeah, I'll have to show it to y'all. All right. Talking about Warlord, talking about that, I just happen to have them here because I went back and got them all put in some Mylar Magic right there. Look at that Mylar Magic. Is that it? Is that the one you're talking about? Yep. So there is that Legend of Zelda one. Now, so it's got a page of original art and it's got some art prints. So Tyler Kirkham, I got a sketch cover done with Red Hood beating up Joker, and it cost me about $300 at Wizard World last year. Diecast Comics, first time watching, a great one to start with. Valiant Zet, there you go. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So in the thing, he had an original published art piece that came in there. It was random, but I know a lot. Tyler Kirkham, he's done interior pages, but nowadays he don't really do a lot of interior work as much as he just does covers. So I said, okay, it's probably a pretty good safe bet that I would get something that I would like. And then you had some signed art prints. And so these are I'm going to show the signed art prints first. What's going on? Scarecrow's Comic Asylum. They used to laugh and call him names. If you haven't checked out Scarecrow's Instagram account, go check it out. He published these memes. It's crazy. Okay. First one is going to be one with Blue Beetle. Is it Robbie Rodriguez? Blue Beetle, which they just announced that it is not going to be going to HBO Max. It is actually going to be hitting the big screens. Blue Beetle, this guy right here, is going to be going and getting his own movie now. And this is signed by Tyler Kirkham. And this particular one is actually numbered. It's numbered 64 of 100. I just picked up this guy's first appearance not too long ago, I believe off a YouTube auction, and got some crazy the Jim Lee cover art on those. So that's pretty cool. And then we got some Suicide Squad goodness signed by Tyler Kirkham. You got was it Deadshot, whatever his name is, Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc. I don't remember that girl's name. And then there's Katana down there, of course, Harley Quinn, and it's signed right down there. What's going on, Lisa Noble, another one of the channel supporters? Appreciate you for stopping by today. So that was it was $150. And if you think about it, if you buy original art and you go to any of these shows, if you have a highly published guy like a Tyler Kirkham, who's done a lot of work, then you're going to pay that for an art piece. So I was like, $150, and I get that, and it might be a really, really good art piece because if it's a splash page, the first page, a big first appearance of scene, those go for a lot more money. So the ones that you're going to get for $150, typically at a show, are the no-name pages out of no-name issues. But it's their art, and it is original. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So this is the original art, and I can't really make out. World's End. So this is World's End, issue 19, page 4. So it looks like Green Lantern, maybe Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I'm not sure. So somebody's blasting somebody in the back. That person hits something and takes off. Oh, okay. Green Lantern blast them. Who's it? Hey, appreciate that. Diecast Comics. Appreciate that. Let's see here. World's End comic. Issue 18. Okay. Oh, it's Earth 2. Oh, that's why I'm not familiar with it. So, Earth 2, I started off. Well, I say that. Let's see who. Yeah, Tyler Kirkham art. Yeah. Because what I like to do, if I get a page of original art, I like to pick up the comic. Presumably, I'd like to get one that I had a comic of, the comic in the first place. So this is Earth 2, World's End, which on the cover has Calvin Ellis, which is the Black Superman, and Power Girl. Uh, and Superman and Power Girl team up to turn the tide in the fight against Darkseid's furries. Fu is a furry. Does Fu work with Darkseid? Inquiring minds want to know. So it does say art by Jorge Jimenez, Eduardo Pensica, Eddie Barrows, and Tyler Kirkham. Gillian March did the cover, written by Mike Johnson, Marguerite Bennett, and Daniel Wilson. So there you go. It says I'm going on DCComics.com website, and it shows all the people that are in there. Huh. It's probably a fairly easy book to get a hold of. So that is probably Alan Scott, because Alan Scott is the Green Lantern in Earth 2. That's probably Alan Scott. But pretty cool. Always could have been better, but that's kind of the thing you do with mystery boxes. I still think that for the signatures, the art prints, and the original art, it was a pretty good deal. Reality is that probably some of the more expensive pages he probably took out and sold elsewhere where he can make more money, and these were the ones he's like, hey, let me make some money, and got Torpedo to kind of facilitate that for him, which is fine. But if you're a fan of Tyler Kirkham, then you might want to check him out and see, and a fan of original art, you might want to go check him out and see if that's something that they still have available. It is on his Instagram, which doesn't seem to want to pull up right now online, but it's on his Instagram, but it is also, not sure why. IG is not pulling up there. So, yep. So, Tyler Kirkham. Okay, so he just did an Exo Manowar deal. Yeah, I mean, why could I have got something like that? Yeah, the cover stuff has probably sells for a lot more. Oh, here it is. Mystery bundle. So, published 11 by 17 original art, 11 by 17 signed art print, and 11 by 17 exclusive mystery bundle print. So one of those is the non-numbered one, and then the other one is the other. Then it says it also has a grand prize, the original art for Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters #4. Whoa. So definitely a chase in there. There's 100 bundles. So you had 1 in 100 chance of getting it. So they were $150 each. I think that's plus shipping. I think it's plus shipping. But retail, $3,000 is what he said on the original art for Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter. So yeah, probably so. Probably so. Because let's see, drop his. I'm going to drop the link to that particular deal. So if you are interested in checking that out, what I just picked up from him, then that is in the link right there. Then somebody, oh, okay. So when he posted this on December the 9th, so remember I told you I was on my way back. So this was the day, a couple days after Thanksgiving when I saw it. This is from December the 9th, and he said only 6 left to go. And then somebody said, dang, just missed it. So they might be sold out. So sorry, but if you are, you can go check them out, see if it's still available. So now I've got another book to go get this Earth to World's End. Gilliam Mark wants to sign it too. That'd be pretty cool. Because they already signed it up at the top. So there is that. I do appreciate each and every one of you for watching this live or on the rewind. Either case, did want to again shout out the channel members, people that are supporting the channel through their monthly membership. If you're interested in doing that or the benefits thereof, the links are in the description below. The Linktree link, which shows all the platforms I'm on, whether Shortboxed or whatnot, Instagram, the Patreon page, all that kind of stuff is in the Linktree link. Also, it's always a good time to save money. If you're needing supplies, disclaimer, they are behind on supplies like everybody else, but they will get you taken care of. bcwsupplies.com. Use the coupon code SCG to save yourself 10% on your order, and that link for that is in the description as well for that. If you have not done so already, smash that like button. Just drop the hammer down on it. Drop the hammer down on it. Do appreciate each and every one of you. If you don't watch one of my videos, if I'm not hanging out in your chats, if you don't happen to see me on Rob's Fat Stack of Comics tomorrow, and I don't speak with you between now and then, Adam Hughes, nice, Papa Willie. Man, Pops must have dropped some dough on that one. Pop dropping some more dough with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it, Pop, for making it rain in the right direction. Good sir. Yes, this month's giveaway is a 9.4 copy of Uncanny X-Men 266. So go check that out on either by being a member and or doing super chats. Increase your membership or increase your odds rather of winning. So if I don't talk with you and not in the chats between now and the end of the year, hopefully everybody will have a great Christmas and holidays and stay safe. Time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.